The history of Moses in the religious traditions of Judaism, Christianity. His story is primarily found in the Hebrew Bible, Old Testament, specifically in the books of Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Here's an overview of his life and significance. Early life and birth, Exodus 1-2. Moses was born during a time when the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt. Pharaoh, fearing the growing population of the Israelites, ordered that all male Hebrew infants be killed. Moses' mother, to protect him, placed him in a basket, and set him afloat on the Nile River. The Pharaoh's daughter discovered the baby and adopted him, raising him as her own son in the Egyptian royal palace. Moses' exile, Exodus 2. As an adult, Moses became aware of the oppression of his people. He saw an Egyptian taskmaster beating a Hebrew slave, and, in a fit of anger, killed the Egyptian. Fearing retribution, Moses fled to the land of Midian, where he married Zipporah, the daughter of a priest, and became a shepherd. The burning bush and God's call, Exodus 3-4. While in Midian, Moses encountered God in the form of a burning bush on Mount Horeb. God revealed himself as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and told Moses that he had been chosen to lead the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt. Despite initial reluctance and doubts, Moses accepted the mission after God reassured him with signs and promised assistance. Return to Egypt and the 10 plagues, Exodus 5:12. Moses returned to Egypt and, with the help of his brother Aaron, confronted Pharaoh, demanding the release of the Israelites. Pharaoh refused, and as a result, God sent 10 devastating plagues upon Egypt. The final plague, the death of the firstborn, led Pharaoh to relent, allowing the Israelites to leave. The Exodus and the parting of the Red Sea, Exodus 13:14. Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, and they crossed the Red Sea, or Sea of Reeds, miraculously when God parted the waters to allow them to escape. When Pharaoh's army pursued, the waters returned, drowning the Egyptian forces. Journey to Mount Sinai and the 10 Commandments, Exodus 19:24. After the Exodus, Moses and the Israelites journeyed through the wilderness to Mount Sinai. There, Moses received the 10 Commandments and the laws that would govern the Israelites. These laws were central to their identity as God's chosen people. The golden calf and the covenant, Exodus 30-34. While Moses was on the mountain receiving God's commandments, the Israelites grew impatient and made a golden calf to worship. When Moses descended and saw the idolatry, he shattered the tablets in anger. Afterward, he interceded on behalf of the people, and God renewed the covenant, giving Moses new tablets. Wandering in the wilderness, Numbers 13:14. The Israelites spent 40 years wandering in the wilderness due to their disobedience and lack of faith in God's promise to give them the land of Canaan. Moses led them through this difficult period, during which they received further laws and instructions from God. Moses' death, Deuteronomy 34. As the Israelites neared the Promised Land, Moses was forbidden by God from entering due to an earlier act of disobedience. He ascended Mount Nebo, where he viewed the land from a distance before dying there at the age of 120. His death marked the end of an era, and leadership passed to Joshua. Legacy. Moses is revered as a prophet and leader in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. In Judaism, he is considered the greatest prophet and the lawgiver who brought the Torah to the people. In Christianity, Moses is seen as a precursor to Jesus Christ, fulfilling the role of a deliverer and lawgiver. In Islam, Moses, known as Musa, is a major prophet, and his story is shared with many similarities to the biblical account. Moses' influence on religious thought, law, and practice is profound, and his story continues to inspire millions of people around the world.